is a shitty thing. It's alcohol. You all?
Please sit down.
Listen to me.
Please sit down.
You all, listen. I did not intentionally kill him.
Picture this. You've been in a relationship with the same person for years and think everything is perfect. But that's until one day you find out that your partner has been cheating. The betrayal you feel is like no other. But at the same time, you don't want to give up on the relationship just yet. How far will you go to protect yourself in this relationship? What happens when rage and dark thoughts take over? Sarah Boone, a 42-year-old from Florida, did the unthinkable in a fit of drunken rage. In February 2020, Sarah was accused of murdering her long-term boyfriend in cold blood. A murder so bizarre and cruel that it confused and shook the community to its core. Sarah is currently waiting her trial in the Orange County Jail in Orlando, Florida. According to reports, her legal team might be citing battered woman syndrome in her defense. But was Sarah a battered woman, or was she a control freak who took pleasure in having complete control over Jorge in his final moments? Hello and welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. This is the Prime Crime, where we discover and dissect solved and unsolved criminal cases around the world. Today's case is about the chilling deeds of Sarah Catherine Boone. This is the gruesome tale of unbridled resentment unfolding on a woeful night of drinking that turned into a cold, cruel morning of death. But before we start, we would like to send our condolences to the people affected by the heinous acts committed by this individual. Sarah Boone and Jorge Torres started dating in early 2017. The romance progressed fairly quickly as the couple moved in together within just a few months. According to Boone's Facebook page, she was originally from Orlando and her maiden name was Paulson. Sarah had also previously been married and had a son with her ex-husband. Despite the intimate nature of their relationship, Jorge and Sarah never posted any pictures together on their social media. Although that is not exactly a measure of a healthy relationship, it does give us some insight. In July 2018, Sarah Boone was charged with battery by strangulation against her boyfriend. While she was in court, Boone alleged that Torres dragged her up the stairs and kicked her in the eye after an argument ensued between the couple. According to her, Torres was an extremely possessive man and would burst into sudden fits of rage. Torres, though, provided a somewhat different account. He claimed that as he was walking up the stairs, Sarah grabbed him by his throat and applied pressure to the extent that he struggled to breathe. Torres said he kicked Boone to make her let go of his throat, but he was unsure whether he had kicked her in the face. He said he feared Boone would have strangled him if he had not kicked her. The arrest affidavit states Torres had red markings and abrasions on his neck that were consistent with strangulation, and Boone's right eye was swollen and bruised with what looked like punches. However, they both refused medical treatment. Torres was convicted of battery and Boone of aggravated battery with strangulation. Surprisingly, Boone and Torres refused to sign dating violence paperwork or press charges against each other. This incident should have been a key pointer toward the toxic nature of their relationship. According to court records, they both posted bonds, and the matter was eventually dropped. Just a year later, on June 15, 2019, officers were summoned to Sarah Boone and Jorge Torres' residence once again because Boone claimed Torres was assaulting her for talking to another man. As stated in the arrest report, Boone claimed Torres hit her on the head, face, legs, and arms, and when she begged him to stop, Torres threatened to kill her. Boone seemed to have a red lump on the side of her face and scratches on her neck, according to the investigator. Despite refusing medical treatment, she completed a domestic abuse worksheet and stated that she was prepared to testify against her boyfriend. Torres, on the other hand, denied hitting Boone and claimed he had no idea where the scratches were from. He was arrested for battery. Boone ultimately testified in court, and Torres was granted release under the condition that he steers clear of alcohol and drugs, have no hostile contact with Sarah, and would live in a separate residence from her. Torres was arrested again in September 2019, just 3 months after his last arrest, for violating his bond terms. Boone claimed she was sleeping when Torres decided to enter the bedroom door. Torres accepted to the responding deputy that he wasn't supposed to be at Boone's house, but he refused to explain what had happened and remained uncooperative. This case too was closed in October 2019. It's unclear when Boone and Torres started living together again after these incidents, but it is apparent that the cycle of abuse and violence never stopped. Their relationship was tumultuous to say the least, but nobody could imagine the horror that was about to unfold. Just a couple of months after this incident, at around 1 p.m. on February 23, 2020, a 911 call was made. And this time, things were looking much worse than a bruise or a cut.
911, what is the location of your emergency?
4748 France Court, apartment 3.
Is this a police or medical?
My boyfriend is dead.
Okay, send a line for the fire department. Do not hang up.
Tell me exactly what happened there.
My boyfriend and I were playing last night, and I put him in a case and we were playing. And like kind of hide and seek kind of thing. So I fell asleep, and I woke up, and he was dead in the suitcase. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Like, he has, like, blood coming out of his mouth, and I don't know if, like, he had, like, an aneurysm or what happened.
Right, okay, all right, okay. Listen, we're getting help out there, too. All right, okay. Okay, is he hanging from somewhere or what, ma'am?
No, I pulled him out of the suitcase. I tried giving him CPR.
Okay, so he was in a suitcase?
Yes, and I fell asleep.
All right. Is he awake at all? Is he conscious at all?
No, he's purple.
Is he breathing?
No.
All right. I need you to get him on the floor, flat on his back for me, okay?
I did. I tried giving him CPR.
So is he cold and stiff?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he's not necessarily cold, but he's stiff. And he's purple.
Okay. All right, listen to me. Listen to me. I want you to lay him flat on his back for me on the floor.
I did.
Removing the pillows, okay?
Yes, I did.
All right, okay.
He's stiff and purple.
Right, okay, listen. Okay, man, that's fine. We're still going to do compressions on him, okay?
I'm telling you. Just by looking at him, you can tell.
Okay.
Please! Okay, he just gurgled.
Okay, we want to pump his chest on me hard and fast. Going to do it twice per second.
I'm doing it again.
Okay, no, just keep on pumping. That's all you need to do for me. Keep on pumping his chest for me. I don't need you to stop and talk or anything. I just want you to count out loud for me, okay?
1, 2, 3, 4.
On the 911 call, Sarah's insincerity is palpable. Instead of being worried about the loved one that just died such a horrific death, she is fixated on giving her hide-and-seek cover story. She seems desperate to clear her name by calling it an aneurysm or a heart attack. Rather than panicked or even concerned, Sarah seems to be disgusted by Jorge's state, calling him stiff and purple over and over again. On the call, she assures the dispatcher that she has gotten him out of the suitcase to perform CPR, but when medics arrived, Jorge was still in the suitcase. The paramedics pronounced Torres dead shortly after 1 p.m. Sarah's callousness doesn't end there. In the police bodycam footage, Sarah can be seen worried about nobody but herself.
We had a bottle of wine last night. Okay. So then it's like, we decided to play hide and seek, right? Okay. So he gets in the suitcase. The problem is I fell asleep.
Just give us a second, okay?
Somebody else on that call operation.
It's on the counter. I can't move anything from out of the house.
Here, I want you to sit down because I don't want you passing out. This is probably a lot for you to deal with, right?
I don't want water. I can get you some water, okay?
But how, I mean, I understand what you guys and how you do it, and, you know, so, but, like, what do you just tell him? What do you tell his parents? Like, what's the reason he passed away?
We tell them what we know at that point.
Yeah.
We tell them the truth.
And that we're going to be waiting for the autopsy results, and I will be at the autopsy in the morning, and hopefully the doctor will be able to give me some of what they think and see.
We'll give them their number, they can contact them,
But yeah, they're gonna know what we're here, what we're investigating, and that
they're gonna think I killed him.
Why would they?
They always have said that. They've always have said that.
What have they
I
said?
told you it's because I'm the blue-eyed white dragon. That's what they call me. Because they don't want him with me.
She is desperate for a Dr. Pepper and is worried about what Jorge's family was told about his death, much more than Jorge himself. An autopsy later revealed that Jorge had injuries on his forehead, bruises on his shoulder, a busted lip, and scratches on his back. He died asphyxiated, and his body was battered severely. He was bleeding from a black eye and had bruises and cuts on his head. When paramedics came and took him out, Jorge had been trapped inside that suitcase for 11 hours without any oxygen, and he likely died a very slow and painful death. In the first interview with detectives, Sarah said she and Torres were drinking a glass of Woodbridge Chardonnay while putting together a puzzle and painting. According to Sarah, the night was going very well and they decided to play hide and seek after they were finished with the puzzle. She claimed she first hid upstairs in her shower, but after being found, they thought it would be funny if Jorge climbed inside the suitcase, which he gladly did. Sarah then used a paper clip to zip the suitcase because the zipper was broken. After fooling around for a while, she then went upstairs and fell asleep thinking Torres could get himself out. Sarah said she woke up the following morning around 11 a.m. and went downstairs to look for Torres. She came to the horrific realization that she hadn't unzipped the suitcase for Jorge before eventually finding his dead body inside. As baffling as it sounds to help the opponent hide in a game of hide and seek, the officers didn't find any actual evidence against her, so she was released after the first interview. Not long after, detectives obtained a warrant to search Sarah's phone on February 25th, and what they found was about to blow this case wide open. 2 video recordings were found on Sarah's phone, taken on the night of the incident. In the videos that the Orlando Sentinel initially declined publishing because they were too disturbing, Torres repeatedly yelled Boone's name and told her he couldn't breathe while trapped inside the blue suitcase on their living room floor. Instead of help, however, his pleas are met with taunts, laughter, and ire.
Sarah.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
Fuck you.
Sarah.
Fuck you.
Sarah.
Stupid.
Sarah.
That's my name. Don't wear it up.
Sarah. I can't fucking breathe, babe. Seriously.
Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me.
Sarah. 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 Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
That's on you.
Sarah, I can't breathe.
It's on you.
Sarah.
Real or ransom. Might want to get video for it extra. Because I got this.
Sarah.
Real or ransom.
Sarah. Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
Oh. That's what I feel like when you ching on me.
Sarah.
You.
I can't breathe, Sarah.
Yeah.
According to law enforcement documents, the first video lasts about 2 minutes and was taken at 11:12 p.m. on February 23rd. In the video, Torres can be heard, clearly pleading to be let out. The suitcase wobbles throughout the video as Torres attempts to get out, and Boone films from a few feet away. Sarah laughed and taunted her boyfriend while filming from across the room, swearing at him and telling him he deserved to suffer, all while he cried out her name from inside a suitcase in their Orange County apartment. The second video, taken at 11:23 p.m. lasted 22 seconds and shows the suitcase right side up and a few feet from where it was in the first video. Torres called Boone's name one last time in the second video before she stopped recording. What happened next is a mystery, but we do know how it ended.
You all understand who I am, where...
Well, tell me.
I mean, I've always been a straight-A student. I am an outstanding mother to my son. I excel at everything. Nobody knew George better than I did. I say that I knew George better than himself. And I tried in every way, shape, and form. Ask everyone. I helped him. I took care of him.
Sarah was recalled for an interview, and this time, she could sense the investigators were on to her. After several minutes of trying to manipulate them with her excellent academic records and her claims of knowing Jorge better than anyone, she was finally confronted with the videos found on her phone. She acted completely shocked. It is unclear if she actually didn't remember filming these videos or if she was putting up an act, but she firmly denied reviewing them with the investigators. After some insistence, she did look at the footage but was in complete denial. She said she didn't think Torres was in any real distress, likening him to the boy who cried wolf. After a while of going back and forth and multiple failed attempts, Sarah finally admitted that she didn't know why she didn't check on him before going upstairs to bed, and said that she understood Jorge died because of her action.
You realize you're the person that killed him, right?
I thought about that.
Okay, you left him in a bag when he's begging you, saying, I can't breathe, let me out, and you said, fuck you. And you got up off the couch and went upstairs and left him in that bag.
Not intentionally.
Again,
I would never do that to George.
you did.
Not
It happened.
intentionally. Alcohol is a shitty thing. It's alcohol.
On February 25, 2020, Sarah Catherine Boone was arrested by Orange County deputies on second-degree murder charges in the death of her boyfriend, Jorge Torres Jr., and is currently waiting trial. Sarah's first pre-trial hearing was scheduled on January 17, 2023, where her defense attorney asked for more time to work on the case. The next trial hearing will most likely be scheduled in the week of April 10. Do you think this was a case of a harmless game gone wrong, or was it a punishment for cheating? As always, voice your opinions in the comments section below. And remember to like and subscribe to get updates on Sarah Boone's trial and for more exclusive true crime content.